Hey everyone, this is OJ here. Welcome to another edition of Crypto Corner, my video podcast here on my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be dedicated to alternatives to Shapeshift. Shapeshift is one of the very well-known, until today, anonymous service providers for automating switch between different coins. It's been quite useful for the last couple of years, especially it gained a lot of traction last year when Exodus and a few other big wallets implemented Shapeshift in their services, including also KeepKey and a few others. So Shapeshift was the market leader when it comes to automatic switch from coin to coin. It was considered as the best provider until yesterday came the news that they will now be implementing KYC. In fact, they didn't say it will be KYC. They said it will be just a formal membership, mandatory membership, where you will be providing some sort of identity data, but not very detailed. People are speculating already that KYC and full KYC will be following. KYC means know your customer, and it's a procedure that usually requires you to send your ID and a scan, of course, of your ID and proof of address. So this is not really welcomed by the crypto community. Twitter is exploding with many comments against that decision. Many people are really not happy about the fact that a very well-known anonymous service all of a sudden is becoming very well controlled and will be providing data to government officials. Of course, if they want to keep their business, they need to be compliant with regulations. On the other hand, this news is really not welcomed by the crypto community, so I don't really know whether their business will be flourishing from now on. Now, one of the many services that has been a long competitor of Shapeshift is Changelly. So this is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to list here a few of the alternatives that are currently not requiring registration. I'm going to start with Changelly. However, Changelly requires a very formal registration in terms that you need to just provide your email address. If you don't want to be providing your real email address that you're using on a daily basis, you can create one. You can use ProtonMail or another encrypted service if you want to have everything encrypted and still keep it private. So this is pretty much where the registration requirements stop for now. So let's look at Changelly. Changelly has a very simple interface. This is the homepage. In this case, by default, you're given the choice between Bitcoin and Ethereum, but if you drop down this menu, you will be able to select, a coin of your choice. Same here. As you type in the amount that you want to be exchanging, it's going to show you what are you going to receive. And then you go on exchange, and it's going to ask you if you have an account or if you're a new user. So that's about it. If you have an account, you will sign in. If you're a new user, you will just have to register with your email. That's everything you need to do. You can also purchase Bitcoin or other cryptos with your credit card, but the fee here is quite high. And I noticed when I looked at their feedback, pretty much all of the complaints are regarding the fees. The fee, however, for this exchange here is 0.5%. and it's included in the price that you're seeing. So whatever they're going to charge you here for this switch from Bitcoin to Ethereum is including the fee. You're not having to pay anything extra. And when I compare it to the other services that I'm going to review here, you're getting pretty much the same fee with all of these services. I compared ChangeNOW. As you can see here, for 0.10 BTC, we're going to receive 2.79. Changelly is giving me, let me just refresh that, 2.80. And CoinSwitch is another service that I'm going to mention. Here I'm also getting 2.79. So in fact, the complaints about the fees for Changelly, first of all, they're mostly older reviews because they did change their fees. I think recently they reduced them a little bit, and the complaints are mainly about fees. So this is what doesn't really worry me about their feedback not being excellent. You can find on my blog, this is a blog that I posted yesterday. You can find here all of the links, including the links for feedback and everything. So when you see something highlighted, you can click on that and it will take you to that website. For instance, I mentioned ProtonMail. If you want to go to their website, you can just click here and it will send you to the ProtonMail website. Same thing with feedback. Whenever I mention feedback and it's highlighted, you can see the source that I'm using, and in that case I'm using Trustpilot. They have reviews on a lot of the different websites that I'm using, so this is a good place to start with. But of course I don't always trust every review, because you know, there's many times that people are just angry with an issue, they post a negative review, another day is gone and that issue is resolved, but the review stays there. So they also have the biggest amount of reviews, 706, and all of the other websites that I'm reviewing here have less than 100 reviews. Some of them even less than 50 reviews. So quite frankly, the fact that it's an average rating here doesn't really worry me. I have used Changelly in the past, and they're also implemented in the Coinomi wallet. Coinomi is a multi-coin wallet that I'm using on my Android phone, and I do recommend it as well. If you've seen my videos, you know that I'm talking about Coinomi often in my videos because I am actually using it. So they were using Shapeshift and Changelly. Whether they will continue to use Shapeshift, I don't really know. I know that they will continue using Changelly. This is also another reason why I'm trusting Changelly, and I'm starting with Changelly. If you can grab the link from my blog again. If you just click on Changelly here, it will take you straight to the page, and you can see here the different options. You can go to their FAQ, of course. I always urge you to go through all of the questions that are pointed here and all of the answers, because this will give you a good idea on how the business is being run and what people are asking as well. You can also go to how it works, and you can see it is really simple, so it's quite intuitive. Okay, so this is about Changelly. The next service that I'm going to mention here is ChangeNOW, a much younger service. They don't really have that many reviews. If we go to that Trustpilot website here, we'll see that they have only 147 reviews. Overall, we see that they have 55% excellent reviews, 10% great, 7% average, and 27% bad or poor. So this is pretty much where they stand at. And again, I saw a lot of complaints. A lot of the complaints were mainly about fees. Here is one of them actually. High fee, not fair. So make sure that you check the fees and you see exactly what you're getting before you make a transaction. And also maybe do a transaction with a small amount first to test it, to see what you're receiving and is it as expected and everything, and then make a higher transaction. Another service I want to mention here is CoinSwitch. This one is also giving me the option to use a credit card. Again, the fee is high. So again, I don't really recommend for you to be buying from these websites with a credit card. You should be using them mainly to swap coins. And all of the major coins like Dash and Ethereum and Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, you know, all of these coins are always featured in these exchanges. So if you are a light crypto user, meaning that you're not really trading a lot, you're not buying a lot of coins, you can be using this in order to be swapping between Bitcoin and other coins. CoinSwitch also has a Telegram, only 402 members, so we can see that it's really a young service. Their YouTube channel is actually quite good. It's quite busy with videos. They have a quick and short video for every coin that they support, so you can, if you want to know exactly how to exchange tricks for Bitcoin, or how to buy EOS with Bitcoin or with a different currency, you can go here and you can check these videos. Even though, as I said, it is really intuitive, it's a very simple interface. All you have to do is go here, view offers, and you will now see different offers for the price that you're given here. And the first one is the one that directly matches the price that you are given. And then you can go here and you can exchange with this exchange. You don't really have to go to another website though. It is done here within this platform, but they are using third-party services. Some of the third-party services are in fact Shapeshift, Changelly, or KuCoin and other exchanges. Their Trustpilot feedback is excellent. It's great, actually, not excellent, but only 73 reviews. So as we go down the list, of course, we're getting to these services that don't really have a very high amount of reviews because they are new services that they're yet to be established. Another service that I'm going to mention is SimpleSwap. I haven't tried this one. I don't really know much about it. I know that from my research, it seems to be quite simple, again, interface, and not too many reviews. Now, this one here is giving me a much better price than the other ones, so I can't really tell whether they have just a smaller fee or they have a better rate. You also need to provide an email address here. So, but this is pretty much all the registration you need. You don't really have to provide any other information. They have a Reddit, and it's pretty much just posts on how to do stuff. There's not much comments or any feedback that I can see here. There is a mixed feedback on Bitcoin Talk. There is kind of a negative feedback, but their overall rating on Trustpilot seems to be great. Only 24 reviews though, so I don't really know how much to trust it. And their Twitter has only 1,100 followers. So this is definitely a new service. I would wait a little bit longer for them to get a little more trustworthy before I use them or before I give them a go. Or if I have to give them a go, it will be with a very small amount. I think that the smallest you can do here is about $50 worth. So it's not really that small. They're also using third-party services, and one of them is Changer, so it comes here on the next of my list. Changer seems to be quite a good idea because what you can do here is not only exchange between different coins, but you can also use services like Perfect Money, Payer, and Advanced Cash. Now, these are kind of online banks similar to PayPal, and many people are using them. If you are making money online, if you're doing any kind of e-commerce or any other type of online marketing, let's say, something to create income online, it's very likely that you have seen these websites or maybe you're already using them. So for people who already have any kind of capital in Perfect Money, Payer, or Advanced Cash, you can use these here to exchange between your fiat money and cryptocurrency. And you can have a number of coins here. Of course, all the top ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Dash and Bitcoin Cash and I see Litecoin, of course, and Zcash. You know, all of the main ones are supported. It's not a very big selection, however. It's not the amount that you will find on Changelly. But they can be quite useful mainly because of this feature. However, the feedback is quite mixed. I saw some bad reviews, and I mainly here, this is a link that I'm providing again in my blog post. If you go to Changer, you will see here feedback, and that will send you to this page here where you can see feedback from people. Its status is promising, as it says. It's got some good reviews here and some not so good ones on RBTC. So I don't know what to say. I think the bad reviews are mainly coming from bad experience, but it is a website that has been around for a while, and I'm pretty sure that it's working a lot of the times. The problem is that sometimes it may not work, and they don't really have any social media presence. So there is no Twitter account, not even a Facebook account or Telegram. I guess in their case, this is like, what is Telegram, right? I mean, they're a service that has been around for, I think they're boasting something like 9 years, and they were not really using crypto until a year ago. So the crypto thing is new to them, and we haven't got that many reviews to actually judge it properly. So I would say if you have to use that service, you treat it with caution. Use it with a small amount, and mainly use it if you have to use Perfect Money, Payer, or Advanced Cash, because for just pure switching from Bitcoin to Ethereum, you can go to Changelly. The amount is not that much different, but Changelly is just more trusted. Now, another service that has zero feedback. I didn't find any feedback about Godex. I guess it is a really new service. Let me just see what's it going to give me here for 0.10, which is what I'm testing today. 2.74. Okay, well, that's not great, is it? Let's go back to Changelly and see, just compare it again. What was that like? 0.10 10, 2.80. So yeah, it's a new service and not really the best rate. So this is all I can say. It's got a Twitter account with 714 followers. This is really poor. And however, the Trustpilot excellent feedback is given by 33 people. I suppose these are the fans. They could even be just friends. So that feedback is not enough for me to be judging its performance. A service that is slightly more respected, but with zero feedback on Trustpilot. I found feedback on some, pretty much on Twitter, just, and so it doesn't really count. But flip.me, now that's another service. I personally haven't used it. It was recommended recently. I saw it, they talked about it on bitcoin.com. I'm not sure whether that was a paid article or paid feature, or were they genuinely recommending it. So I can't really give you feedback. I personally haven't tried it. Let's just see if we're going for the same amounts here, 0.10. And if we want to receive Ethereum, so 2.79 compared with Changelly again, 2.80. Maybe that's changed. Let's find out. No, 2.80. Again, the rate is not any better than Changelly, therefore it is pretty much at the end of my list. They have a Telegram channel and it's 1,558 members as of today, so that's not too bad, I guess. But as I said, zero reviews on Trustpilot, so I don't really know what to say about it. So this is everything from me today. Again, the services that I just pointed out are listed here on my blog. You can just scroll down and you can find them here. Of course, Changelly is on top of my list because it is the one that I have used personally and I trusted the most. And then we have ChangeNOW and CoinSwitch, which have good feedback, some good reviews, and they have a bit more following than the other services. Changer has zero presence on social media, so this is one thing that makes me very uneasy about Changer. FlipMe is the one that has zero feedback on Trustpilot, so I can't really tell whether it is a good service or not, even though it does seem to be reliable because I did see a few Twitter posts by people that I'm following and I trust them, but still it's not enough of a feedback. SimpleSwap had some good feedback, but by very few people, and Godex has very few followers on social media, so I don't really know whether it's established enough to recommend it. This is why it's on the bottom of my list. It also had very few reviews, even though very positive reviews, but just 30 or something like that. So I feel that it still needs some more time for me to trust it anymore. So this is everything for today. I hope this is helping you guys, and just refer to this blog post if you want to grab the links. As I said, everything that is highlighted is a hyperlink, so you can click on this and they will take you straight to the websites instead of having to do a search and risk going to a phishing website. Thanks for watching until the end, and if you have any comments, if you have any experience especially with any of these ChangeNOW or CoinSwitch or Changer, the ones that are lesser known, then definitely post a comment below the video. I'm curious to find out what is your experience with these. Do you trust them? Was it a positive experience or not? And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that and click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you can get notified next time when I'm posting a video. Thank you guys. I'm going to see you in the next edition of Crypto Corner.